Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are around the world. I am your host, Toy Parker, and this is the first of many breakthrough sessions that are actually live via telecast. Not just a regular telecast, but an actual webcast. So for those of you who have been joining me on the Ignite Your Life with Toy Parker radio, for those who have been joining me on the conference calls, for those who have been joining me everywhere else, finally, we are here in television land. And we are actually streaming live simulcast via YouTube, via Google Hangouts, and on Facebook. So only those who registered actually got that secret link to go on Facebook so you can actually stream live with us. And I'm really excited to have each and every one of you here. Thank you so much for registering. You took a great first step. This is a set of conversations, not just one, but several. And with me tonight, I have some wonderful guests who are going to share with you ways to break through in love, life, and business. This is not just any broadcast. This is where we tend to take the limits off of your life in the greatest areas that impact your life and help you break through to your breakthrough. So I just wanted to give you that warm welcome for those who are just joining us. And if you are not already a part of our Facebook group, be sure to go to #IgniteYourLife in the search area. Go ahead and add yourself to our group. Join in, and we will make sure we have someone available to add you. For those of you who are out there in the feeds, I thank you in advance. I've received so many different notifications via text, via email, and even via Facebook messages thanking me for having this broadcast. And so I just want to take this time to thank you. You're here, we're here, and it's a Friday night. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. For those of you who are watching the rebroadcast, thank you for joining us and taking time out of your schedule to join me. Again, I am Toy Parker, and to learn more about me, feel free to go to toyparker.com. But right now, it's not about me. It's all about you. So I'll be bringing up our first guest. We're going to have several. We're going to have Zachary, who's going to be talking about mental wellness and health wellness in that regard in our segment called Still Here. Yes. And we're going to have also Mia. You're there. Hi there. Just wanted to let the wonderful people see who you are. We're going to be bringing you on in just a little bit. We just wanted to show everyone your beautiful face.
I'm here, and thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this amazing journey with you. I am so proud of how far that you have come, and gosh, am I excited to see how far you're going, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now, there's a friends and family segment at the end, and I'm going to bring on a very special guest, and her name is Donyelle Shorter. Donyelle. Hi there, honey. She's in the green room, literally, waiting to come on. So just wanted to tell you that. And now, also, of course, I have to bring on, for those of you who have been following me in the feeds on Facebook and different areas, you always hear me talk about my spiritual twin sister. Well, guess what? She's here joining me tonight. On a Friday night, I feel really special. So here she is. Wave to everyone, Darlene.
Hi, hello, everyone. Super excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. So happy to have you. And yes, I know everyone's like, Toy, you're so formal and you're so laid back tonight. Yes, it's a Friday night. This is a talk show. This is not a presentation. Okay, this is a little bit different. And this is the prepping. Or, as I kind of lean back a little bit and come back up, this is a prepping. This telecast is actually a part of phases. First, it started out as just kind of posts on Facebook and Ignite Your Life with Toy Parker post, and then God grew it to the radio show, and then, of course, my speaking engagements. That goes without saying. But God has really blessed this platform, and I am before you as a living testimony. 20 years ago, I had a dream of having my own radio and television network. I was sitting in the office with Tim Bennett, who is now president of Harpo Productions. I haven't shared this story with many people, but I want to share it with you tonight because I'm actually going to send him this video, and I wanted to do an on-air thank you to him because when I was an intern at WTVD 11, back in the day when I was about 17 years old, I was the only intern to actually go to every single department and write for the 6, the 10, the 11 o'clock news and the noon news. I was one of the only interns to do just a lot of things, and I had a lot of gusto, or whatever you want to call it. But I had a dream, and I knew in my heart that I really wanted to do these things. And I said, I want to have my own network. So I went around to all the different departments, and then I finally got to the president's office, and I asked to meet with him, which was pretty bold for a 17-year-old, right? So I went to his office, and then I sat with him, and he told me, Toy, you know, I've never seen an intern like you. You're definitely going to do all the things that you want to do. Don't ever forget to continue to follow your dreams. And with that being said, here I am. It's 20 years later, almost, kind of, sort of. Don't want to give my full age, but thank God I don't look it, like whatever it is. But here I am, and I'm here before you. Thousands and thousands of viewers, one day millions. So I'm here as a living testament, and that's why I've allowed all of my followers to actually watch my journey, to watch my progression. This broadcast is actually called #NOboxNOlimits, a breakthrough series, and it's called that for a reason, because I subscribe to the fact that there are no limits, that there is no box. People say, step outside of the box, think outside the box. Well, I subscribe to the idea and the philosophy that there is no box. So you shouldn't even use that as a framework. You're still limiting yourself even with a reference point of a box. So there is no box, and there are no limits. People say, Toy, the sky is the limit. No, I don't subscribe to that. The sky is vast. God is unlimited. There are no limits. There are no limits, not even the sky. The sky is a part of the universe. There are no limits. Don't even use that as a reference point, because tonight, what we're going to do in this show, we're going to change your mind so we can help you change your life. We're going to shift your mindset so that you can be a better person personally, professionally, and more profitable in your business. And the only way that can happen, it all starts here. It all starts with your mind, and I'm on a quest through the Ignite Your Life movement, through the Ignite Your Life radio and television network, to help you push through to your breakthrough. Always remember, before we go into our first guest, I want you to remember this. A lot of times people go and they say they're in a tunnel, and they say they're waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel. I submit to you that there is no light. Don't worry about that. There is no light at the end of the tunnel to look for. You have to be the light in the tunnel and blaze your way to your success. And tonight, I have a panel of guests to help you do just that. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring on the lovely Mia Zachary. Oh, and Brian Keith McNeil will actually join us a little bit later in the broadcast, and he will be bringing you some business tips. I started a new series called Earn Up, Earn Down for What? And he's going to actually be bringing you some sales and business tips also. So we have a packed show, and we're not on long. So this is not one of those 4-hour-long broadcasts. No, this is an actual television show. We're taking it down to the wire. We actually have real segments, and it's all for you. And I'm so happy that you could join me today. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring on the lovely Mia. Mia. Hi there,
Toy. Thank you again so much. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Thank you, because you had so many other things you could have been doing tonight, so many other places you could be. But I know something about you, even though we've never met. I know that you want more from your life. I want the same for you. And that's why I'm here tonight, to talk to you about your attitude and your mindset, just a little bit. Tonight is just a taste of all the incredible things that all these other speakers have to talk about. So I'm going to be respectful of your time and theirs and jump right to it. My name is Mia Zachary. I'm an award-winning, best-selling novelist. I'm a professional writer, and I'm a book coach. Using my trademark process, I lead people through their stories to their books in about 48 hours. I want to also let you know that, I'm a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a wife. I wear a lot of different hats. And through all the things that I do, I'm also a failure. And I'm proud to be this failure, because I failed at suicide. And so that's what I want to just touch briefly on tonight. I'm wearing a jacket and I'm wearing camisole, but I'm actually going to be naked here tonight and share some things that I normally don't tell people about. So the first thing I want you to know is that I own my depression. My depression does not own me. And the thing that you need to understand is I'm not talking to everybody out here, not tonight, because depression and sadness could be analogous to a migraine and a headache. If you have had a headache, you know what I'm talking about, but if you've never had a migraine, there is no way to explain that kind of pain. And the same thing goes for depression. If you've grieved because you've lost a loved one, or if you've been sad and disappointed over the loss of a job or something like that, you understand to a certain level. But tonight I'm talking about the people who know what I say when we stand and face the abyss, where there is no light. I'm talking to the people who understand that the difference between sadness and depression is the lack of hope. I want to share with you from my heart and from my personal experience that there is hope, and I'm going to define it for you in a couple minutes. But what I really want to talk to you tonight about is definitions. Definition is both a noun and a verb, so I want to make it clear, first of all, that the label of depression is a mental and emotional dis-ease, as in a lack of ease, as in something that is not normal and right inside your body and inside your brain. It is embarrassing, it is shameful, it is all of these different labels. And what happens to those of us who have major depression or chronic depression is that that label becomes our identity. And it creates other labels that go along with it. The one that I always labeled myself was stupid loser, because my depression told me I'm a stupid loser and I'm never going to amount to anything and I'm never going to achieve anything. And why am I even bothering? Because I'm never going to be happy. But I'm so blessed, so glad, so happy to be sitting here in front of you tonight and telling you that that's not true. Hashtag depression lies. And you don't have to believe those lies. You can change your label, you can change your mindset, and you can change your life. So the main symptoms of depression, for those of you who don't know and those of you who recognize it, are pain and fear. Pain is an acronym for perpetual anxiety, isolation, and need. And there you have it, 4 more labels. 4 more things that you think you have to be, but I'm telling you that you don't. The other symptom of depression is fear, and that's an acronym for false evidence appearing real. You see, when you don't have any hope, and this is the difference between depression and grieving, this is the difference between the blacks and just having the blues, is when you have the blacks, you don't see the light. You don't know that you are the light. And you cannot imagine ever standing in the light again. But trust and believe me, please, when I tell you that you can change your label and change your life. So how do you do that? The first thing that you have to do is acknowledge where you are. You know, a lot of times we hide our emotions, we suppress our emotions, we ignore our emotions because we're not supposed to feel that way. We're not supposed to talk about it. Like I said, I'm throwing open the windows, I'm pulling back the blinds, I'm standing here naked in front of you to tell you that I have been where you are, and I know that you can be where I am. Change your label. First by acknowledging where you are, and then by asking for help. There's no shame in what we go through. And I'll tell you why. It's a chemical imbalance in our brains. Having depression, chronic major depression, is no different than having diabetes or having heart disease. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Therefore, you don't ever have to be ashamed to ask for help. And the first way to get help is by getting information. So I have a gift for you. If you can see the label that's under my name right now, the information's there. But if you can't see it and you're just listening, I want you to text the following phrase: I'm still here. I am STILLHERE. I'm still here. I want you to text that to 443-221-6571. Once again, text "I'm still here" all together, all one phrase, to 443-221-6571. And my free gift to you is a booklet all about depression, so that you can either identify it in yourself or help someone that you love, a friend, a loved one. It's important for you to know, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not pretending that I am, but depression does tend to run in families, and I know that because of my mother, my grandmother, my brother, and my son. So the first step to healing is information. So please don't hesitate to text "I'm still here" to 443-221-6571. Get that free booklet, and you'll also see some information there about a project that I'm doing later this year to help people tell their stories of overcoming depression. In the meantime, I want to wrap up by giving you hope. HOPE is another acronym, but it actually has two parts as far as I'm concerned. HOPE means hang on, pain ends. Hashtag hang on, pain ends. That is hope. That is the truth. Depression lies, and hope is the truth. And the other thing that HOPE stands for is help other people evolve. If you're listening to me right now, if you hear my voice and this doesn't relate to you, that's okay, but please take the information in hopes of helping someone else. I thank you so much. I'm glad to be still here. I'm glad that you're still here, and I'm so glad that you could be with Toy on her debut broadcast. Thank you. I'm Mia Zachary, and I'll be with you for the rest of the night, just listening in and getting all the great tips.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Mia. You know, ladies and gentlemen, one thing with Toy Parker Radio and Television Network, hear you on the television broadcast. IGNITE, for those who do not know, stands for Inspiring Growth Now with Intensity and Transparent Energy. And what you just witnessed was someone, a wonderful, dynamic woman who has taken the purpose out of her pain. There's pain, there's purpose in your pain. No matter what you've gone through, no matter where you've been in your life, you have to know that there's purpose in your pain. Even with labor, I can use myself as an example. I had 51.5 hours of labor. Not many people can say that, but I promise you, when my little girl finally came out after she took her sweet time, it was well worth the pain. It was well worth every contraction. It was well worth every pre-Braxton Hicks contraction before the real contraction. It was worth it all. And I promise you that on your journey, there is purpose in your pain. And your breakthrough is here. It's not tomorrow. It's not the next day. It's already here because it starts with your mindset. And Mia, I wanted to ask a quick question. I know for you, you've had a chance to actually go through the process of depression, which many people do not understand the dynamics of, and you've been able to overcome it, and you're able to help others. What was the time when you had to ignite your life the most in terms of breaking free from the place where sometimes we could fall back into that same depression? For some people, they know how to get out, because they're kind of like climbing out, and then they climb out. But once they're back out, so to speak, what are some ways that they can keep from going back in? And if they do go inward, they should go inward and soar. But sometimes that doesn't happen. What advice do you have for those who are trying to stay above water?
The first thing that I would say is don't go inward. That sounds counterintuitive, but the problem with depression is that isolation is one of the biggest symptoms. You start to feel alone. You start to feel like you're the only one going through this. And for me, I didn't want to, people got sick of hearing it. That's just the truth. I didn't want to keep saying, I'm scared, I'm lonely, I'm lost, I'm overwhelmed, because people wouldn't literally roll their eyes, but you could see their facial expressions and their body language. So my first advice is don't go inward. Keep asking. And if you can't ask verbally, ask mentally or spiritually or from your heart. Ask God or the universe or Allah or Buddha or Jehovah or whoever you believe in to send the right person to you. I am blessed, blessed, blessed that my little brother literally saved my life. But even then, when I had my backslides, it was still hard for me to reach out to him and say, hey, it's happening again. Hey, I need help. So if you can't go to another person, at least go to Google, which sounds a little weird and a little impersonal. But there's all kinds of organizations, there's all kinds of websites, there is help out there. If you don't mind, I'd really love to give a shout out to two particular organizations that I believe in, that I support financially, that I support emotionally and verbally. The first one is called To Write Love on Her Arms. And I've literally done that. I don't know if you can see, but I have literally taken their advice and written love on my arm. You can find them all over the internet. And the other one is Reach Out USA. That is a great resource for anybody who, for whatever reason, and there is never any judgment from me, never. I've been where you are, I promise, so I will never judge you. If you can't reach out to those closest to you, you can reach out to a stranger. And I know this because I have spent many a New Year's Eve and many a birthday on the phone with a crisis hotline. So don't go in when it happens again. Reach out, please, reach out. Reach out to me, If you can't reach out to anybody else, I'm a perfect stranger. You don't know me. You don't know whether you can trust me. But even if you don't talk to me directly, I will do my best to get you a resource.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really important, ladies and gentlemen. What we want you to do is to understand that you're not alone. There are resources out there for you. Just wanted to give this one disclaimer. This show is not to replace therapy. If you are in therapy, be sure to continue to go to your sessions. This show is not to replace your walk with God. This is to enhance and to help as a supplement to that, because a lot of times there are different PowerPoints that I will give as a woman of God, or my guests may give, as people of faith, who will give you insight and revelation that you may not have thought of. So I do want to be clear with that. With this breakthrough series, again, it's a set of conversations, and they really don't end. For those of you who are with us on Facebook, I was just kind of inboxing with some people. Go ahead and post out in the feeds whatever points that you really hit home for you. And also share with others. Later on, I will definitely post the rebroadcast, but you can share this broadcast with others, because what we want is to ignite change. I always do what are called today's sparks, and the whole point of that is that there are sparks to help you break through to your breakthrough, to help you ignite your life. This is a set and series of sparks to help you on your journey, to help you to be a supplement to you. So I did want to share that, because a lot of times we tend to go to different things and we watch programs and we let them replace that relationship that we're supposed to have. But really, God is within us, and we cannot escape that. We need to make sure that that's intact. But that only happens when you take the time to read and study the Word and all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to share that. Darlene, speaking of empowerment, speaking of the Word of God, for those who are out there and they need to have better affirmations and a better mindset change, because it all starts with the mind. Your heart life is your thought life. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's scripture. And rightfully so, because he gives us the opportunity, even though he's in control of our lives, he gives us that free will to speak life into our lives, to make decisions, and to make sure that we actually live our lives as we are creators of our life in co-creation with him. So what advice, for those who do not really understand what affirmations are, because a lot of people are posting things, but they don't really understand the dynamics of what they're posting. And we try to go deeper on our shows. So if you can help people understand incantations and affirmations and what the power of that truly brings.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. And for those who are watching from a different time zone, I'd just like to say hello. I'd like to give thanks to Toy Parker for extending the invitation for me to sit here and share a little bit about affirmations and incantations. As she said, my name is Darlene Brown. I am the CEO and founder of Divine Empowerment. The slogan for my company is "You become what you speak." Why is that so important? Because there is power in the spoken word. Now, I don't want to take you to church, but I believe in the principles of the Bible, and so I come professing who I serve, my God, my Lord and Savior. But I have to tell you that our words do have power. Scripture tells us that there is life and death in the tongue. And as she said, a man or a woman can become what they speak. I know this to be true in my own life, and I won't take a lot of time to walk you through some of the trials and tribulations that I have endured and overcome. But I will share with you that it is important for you to understand that there is power in your words. But before you can speak something, you must think it. And as I was traveling on my journey and was faced with some challenges, was in a valley in different times and points of my life, I learned the power of speaking life over my situation. The first thing that I did is I went within. And what I mean by that is I tapped into the authentic divine power that resides on the inside of each of us. Well, why is that important? Because the truth is, if you are living and breathing in the land of the living, then you are here and alive for a purpose. You have breath in your life. And that anything that you encounter as you are living, chances are it serves to strengthen you. It serves to teach you 90% about yourself. The other thing is that it assists you in preparing you for where you're going. And what I learned is that if I'm still here and I'm faced with a challenge, the power within, by going within and tapping into that authentic power, allowed me to understand that I actually had the ability to change the situation I was in by changing the way I was thinking. When I began to change the way I was thinking about the situation that I was in, I began to speak differently about the situation that I was in. Once I began to speak differently about the situation I was in, I began to take a different action. And so you can look at it this way, and I actually have trademarked this. Thoughts become words, words become action, and action leads to results. Thoughts become words, words become action, and action leads to results. So it's not just about thinking positive, it's not just about speaking positive, it's about doing the positive. And so those things work very seamlessly in your life every day. I often ask people when I'm speaking on stages across the world, have you ever thought about your routine behavior? Most people wake up every day and they do the same thing. They get out of bed, they brush their teeth, they don't even think about it. But what I learned is that when I wake up, waking up with a heart of gratitude, which means that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for another day. I'm grateful for breath in my body. And I actually learned to bring it down to a very basic, simplistic level. I'm grateful that my limbs move. I'm grateful that I can see and hear. I'm grateful that my organs are functioning according to the divine design of God. I'm grateful for many things, but most important, I'm grateful for a sound mind and a strong spirit, for love in my heart and courage in my heart, for a determined will to persevere and overcome the challenges that I might be faced. When I begin to wake up every day with those kind of thoughts, I begin to speak positive things about my life. And doing that actually shifted the energy that I was possessing. And what I mean by that, when you begin to think positive, or when you begin to be grateful for all the great that is going on in your life, you will speak differently because you feel differently. Even though you might have some challenges in that moment, you'll feel differently. the energy within you begins to shift, and you begin to speak life over your day. You begin to speak positive affirmations about what you desire to manifest in your life. As you begin to do that, what you're actually doing is setting the tone for your day. And the reason why I call them incantations, because affirmations are words that you say, but incantations is actually believing. It's like breathing. So when I speak it, I believe it, and I know that it is so. So as I begin to do that, what I spoke about my life, which is what I desired to be, I spoke it as if I was that then. So for example, if you're listening, I'd like everyone to just take a moment and repeat after me. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. Not that I will be a millionaire, I am. See, I speak life about what I am because I know that I am, even though one might say, can you go to the bank and withdraw it? Doesn't matter. You're speaking what you are in the present, not what you will become. So I learned to do incantations because I spoke what I was. And as I spoke what I was, I began to move about in my life doing the things that a businesswoman does. I began to do the things that I was speaking as if it was happening then and there. And that's the power of incantations, because when you shift your thinking, your language will shift, your energy will shift, your behavior will shift, and you will find that you actually draw to you exactly what you need in that moment to overcome that situation. You will actually draw to you the people, the opportunities, the places. You will find yourself drawing near to them to manifest what you're actually speaking in the present. Our words are truly powerful, and I know because I changed my entire life. The youngest of four, a sibling that's next to me is actually 15 years older than me. So I grew up like an only child in New York, in the Bronx. You know, I had loving parents, but like a lot of other people, they had dysfunctions, and that doesn't discredit them. That's just the truth. I have learned that in life we do the best that we can with what we know. But as you know better, you are held accountable to do better. So here's what I want to ask those who are listening. What is the challenge that you are currently facing in your life? Oftentimes we deflect because we're looking for the answers to the challenges we face externally. Now, that doesn't mean that you will not have people who truly care, who will come into your life, who will sow positive words, who will share information, who will share access to resources, who will even lend a helping hand to support you through your challenge. Because that's true. We want people. We're not in this world alone. But the truth is, if you yourself do not learn how to tap into that authentic divine power that is on the inside of you, you then become, as I like to say, using them as crutches. You become so dependent on finding the solutions to your challenges outside of you that you don't understand that the answers are in you. They're in you because God is in you. God created you. He already knew the challenge that you would face. He's already made a way for your escape. But chances are you might be looking outside, and he wants you to learn how to look within first. Look within and draw from that core strength that truly sustains you as you navigate on your journey. That core strength that helps you to renew your mind, to renew your speech, and to renew your behavior so that you not only speak life over your situation, you become what you speak because you're speaking it through incantations, which is in the now. So what I challenge everyone that is listening, when you start your day, start with a heart of gratitude. No matter what you might feel you're facing, or what failures you might feel you've had, or what challenges you are struggling with, if you are still here in the land of the living, you have something to be grateful for. If you are breathing and you have health in your body, you have something to be grateful for. There is someone out there that supports and loves you, even when you think they don't. You have something to be grateful for. So that's the first thing. Start your day with a heart of gratitude. When you open your mouth, say thank you. And then I want you to say thank you, not for what you have, but for what you're getting. So say thankful for those. Say, I thank you, God, for the new contract. I thank you, God, for the wonderful people that you are bringing in my directions to do business with. I thank you for all of the things that you are desiring to manifest. You want to go forth with a heart of gratitude for that which you are calling to you in the now. Then the third thing is you want to be about your business. You have to take action. Yes, miracles happen every day. Someone might just show up at your door with an amazing contract offering you some opportunity. But chances are it's going to require you to get out there and connect with other people. This is the one thing that I learned and that I live by. You do not know where your blessings and opportunities are coming from or who they are coming through. But one thing that I know is they are coming. And if you are to be prepared, you must be open and aware with an open heart, ready to receive it. Most times we try to tell God how he's supposed to bless us. I learned, stop telling him how to bless us and just be open to receiving the blessings that he delivers to me however he chooses. It has sustained me in my life. It has allowed me to remain in my faith walk when I've been in the face of adversity, when I've been in the face of situations that have challenged me, when I've been betrayed and disappointed, as life sometimes does. That has been the rock that has sustained me, the power, the authentic divine power on the inside of me, the power of my mind, the power of my words, and the power of my will to overcome by all means. I want to leave you with this. This is my new hashtag as I've ventured off into many new business opportunities involving financial literacy, and I'm so excited about it. No excuses. If you're out there on Facebook, hashtag no excuses. Toy Parker talked about no limitations. Here's what I know. You are the only one who can place limitations on yourself. No excuses simply mean I will not give myself an excuse of any kind not to create the life that I know I am deserving of. You have an obligation and a responsibility in creating that life. You must do your part. Do not allow yourself to have a pity party. Do not allow yourself to be passive. I want you to speak life through incantations, through affirmations, and through positive thinking and positive action. I am living proof that you can create the life of your dreams if you do it. I did, and I am so grateful that I had the courage to do it. And I'm grateful to Toy for allowing me to share with you the tips and tools that can change your life. If you'd like to stay connected with me, you may find me. I'm on Facebook. I'm connected to Toy, Darlene Brown. I have a wonderful business page on Facebook. It's Facebook/Divine Empowerment DB. I'm out on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @time2 Get It Right, RITE. And of course, I have my websites, www.divineempowerment.org and getdivinepower.com. In fact, if you go to getdivinepower.com, you put in your name and your email address, and I will send you a 7-day MP3 downloadable audio file that will allow you to begin to practice incantations so that you can speak what you desire to be in your life. I'm Darlene Brown. Thank you so much, Toy, for allowing me to share with your audience. Blessings to everyone.
Thank you so much, Darlene. Hugs, virtual hugs to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is what I call hashtag blazing amazing. I call every show that, and that's because God always shows up and shows out. Every single guest on here is special. Every single thing that they have to share is for you. And I want you to understand that it's time now for you to take these practical tools and apply them to your life. Don't just take down the notes. Reread the notes. Don't just watch the video. Rewatch the video. I just created a word, rewatch. So do that. Watch this over and over again as many times as you need to, because you want to make sure you get it, and you want to make sure you apply it to your life. What you've been listening to, for those who are joining us via meeting.com, because we actually are simulcasting different areas. Some people are listening while they're driving. Some people are watching from their desktop. Some people have connected. You know, they have like the Google Chrome where they can connect it to their television. So we're on television, we're on internet, we're everywhere, and it's all for you. This segment is called #LeadWithLove. And I'm just so thankful for Darlene Brown. I'm so thankful for Spirit of Authenticity. I'm so thankful for Mia in our first segment, which was what I call #StillHere, and is part of some really wonderful products that Mia is going to be actually bringing into the show throughout the year. So again, this is a set of conversations. We're going to do this show once a month, and people have been asking me, Toy, I want it once a week. I want it, more often. I get that, and I appreciate that. But in order to bring you quality, I want to give a quality broadcast. So a lot of preparation, a lot of great things happen before we actually come on air. And I want to give our guests ample time to really prepare so that they can give you their very best on air. But don't worry, we will be doing more broadcasts soon later on this year. But for right now, this one is the monthly broadcast. We'll be adding some more programming. So I got a couple inboxes about that, so I just wanted to share that with you. So as we move out of this segment, this particular segment, again, is called Leading with Love. And people say, lead from within, and I get that. That's great. But I do the #Lead with Love because love is the center of everything. Without love, there can be nothing. God is love. So if you want to take it all the way back in faith, worketh by love. So the thing about it is, I'm working on this book called Love is My Superpower, and I'm really excited about it because there's so many revelations that have come during my writing, and I had a message from someone, and they wanted me to ask on air and answer the question for them. They were talking about haters and, people, quote-unquote, throwing shade, and there are different terms out there now. But we used to call them haters back in the day, but they don't really use that term too much anymore. They say throwing shade. From what I understand. I'm still working on the slang. But for those who are dealing with that, they've asked me to give kind of a solution to that. And I have one. Actually, the best part about it is I want you to what I call #ShineOverShade. Shine over shade. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I want you to understand that the love that you have for yourself can outshine anything, any shade that's even thrown your way, quote unquote, those little air quotes again, the shade that's given to you. Don't worry about that, because really what people are doing is it has nothing to do with you. Don't take it personally. Really what happens when someone is lashing out at you or throwing you shade, that's just a reflection of who they are inside. That's a reflection of their perception of life. So don't worry about that. What you need to be focused on is the love that you have for yourself, and that love that you have for yourself is going to actually shine over that shade. So for those of you out there who are dealing with it, and I deal with it, people do it, little things here and there, or comments that are made, or but I had to come to a point. I've dealt with it so much over the course of my life because I've been in the public eye in media for a very long time, for years, decades even. But the one thing for me that I really, it's all about self-esteem. It's all about breaking through internally, because really what's happening to you on the outside is only a reflection of what's happening inside. And your reaction to your environment is an actual snapshot of what's happening inside internally. And so you want to really pay attention to yourself, pay attention to how you feel, and find a better feeling. And that's really where it all starts, because you want to not internalize what people are doing to you or what people are saying about you, or the little catty remarks. People are going to talk. Let them talk. But you just show up and show out for your life. I've had moments and times where I had to show up. I literally had to show up for my life. Tonight was a show-up night. A lot of people were like, well, she's doing, this broadcast, da-da-da. I showed up. I showed up. I'm here. And I'm here for you. And I continue to break through so that you can break through and push through to your breakthrough. I'm here as a living witness to that. So what we're going to do, we have another segment, and I have one of my guests that was supposed to be coming on. But before we do that, kind of waiting for him, he's in the green room, so to speak, and Donyelle's going to be joining us a little bit later for our What to Wear segment. I'm really excited about that. Yes, I love fashion. And I know you're like, Tori, you have a little bit of everything on here. Yes, I do, because I love fashion, and I love helping people. And the 4 pillars of the show, for the television show, are really an extension of the radio show. Week 1 was life empowerment. Week 2 was health and wellness, either mental health or physical health. We always do love and relationships. And then week 4, we do business and finance. And then our 5th week of each month, depending on whether or not we have a 5th week, is fearless living. So this show, we're actually taking all the main topics and we're culminating it into one show within 1 hour. So it's jam-packed with really relevant information and tools that you can use immediately and immediately apply to your life. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring Mia on to kind of dialogue with me a little bit. She's
Absolutely.
been in the green room. And hi there, Mia.
Hi again. I'm still here.
Yay! Hashtag still here. I love it. I love it.
Hashtag still here.
What I wanted to do, I was telling everyone how to deal with, giving them tips on how to deal with what people call haters and throwing quote unquote shade. I really stress the hashtag shine over shade, and I say that with such passion because it's the love that you have for yourself that can outshine what anyone else is trying to do to you or around you. You know, how do you handle what people call now shade?
I shine my sunlight just all the brighter. That's how.
Exactly.
You know, I guess I'm either blessed or I'm oblivious. I kind of go either way. If there are people out there who are saying negative things about me, I really don't know about it, and that's the truth. Although, watch, my Facebook page is going to blow up with comments now. People tell me what they really think. But here's the thing. We live in a society where we are conditioned, where we are taught to subject our personalities to other people's opinions. You know, we see it in the way that celebrities and politicians are treated, and that all trickles down, right down to those little boys and little girls who are just starting kindergarten. You know, they've been at home where everyone loved them and thought they were amazing, and suddenly they're thrust into an environment where people don't like you because you're not wearing the right tennis shoes or all that other complete and utter bullshit. And it really comes down to, oh God, I'm sorry for cursing, but I'm just, you know, I'm going to be me. I'm always going to be me.
Right. Be authentic. That's who you are. I won't take that away from you.
So, what I know as a little girl who wanted so very badly to fit in, to be part of the cool crowd, to belong to a clique, I know how much time and energy and focus and tears I wasted on wanting other people to like me. It's never too late to change that mindset. It's never too late to change that attitude. You have to like you first. And one of the things that I'm excited about right now is it's never too late to learn. So I have actually enrolled myself in a basic level course on classic and quantum physics. Now, I know that sounds crazy because some people will be like, how old are you? And you want to go back to school now? Yes, I do, because it's never too late to learn. And one of the things that I'm learning is that like energy attracts like energy. Like energy resonates with like energy. So when you learn that you are unique in all the universe, when you learn that you have been created for a purpose, when you know in your heart that you are here, hashtag still here, for a reason, you don't worry about who likes you and who doesn't, because your energy is going to bring in the people who don't just like you, they love you. So
I love it.
My answer is, I don't know how old y'all are out there watching, but there's a gospel song that goes, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." And when you let your light shine, you don't worry about the shade, because that's all below you.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. It just really goes with that hashtag shine over shade. And if you're out there and you're dealing with those things, I mean, we all have to deal with that. The question is, here's the thing. Life is going to happen. Life happens. The question is, what are you going to do when life happens? Your response to it is really what dictates the course of your life. I always say life is a series of decisions. Choose wisely. Life is a series of decisions. Choose wisely. I know you guys are like, "Ooh, she's going deep. She took off her glasses." Yeah, I am. Because it's really critical. I spent a lot of time in my younger years. Many people would never believe it because I am an empowerment speaker. But I used to be a crybaby. I mean, literally crybaby. When I was younger, in the elementary school years, I did have a few close friends who were true, who showed to be very true. But I was always the smallest, and I was one of the smartest ones in the class. I was valedictorian all the way up to high school, and I had braces. Thank God for braces. Yeah, but I had braces. I really did not know. I knew in my heart I was beautiful, but I used to, that story, The Ugly Duckling, for some stupid reason, I kind of identified with her, with that story. And here's why. Even though I knew I was beautiful, but I didn't believe it when I was younger because of so much that was happening on the outside and that I was internalizing. So my internal dialogue and the external dialogue, was kind of getting crossed up, and I didn't believe as much in myself, and I sought a lot of approval. So if you didn't tell me that I was beautiful, I probably wouldn't think it. As I got older, and which probably perpetuated that, I actually ended up in pageants because I just wanted to prove to myself that I was beautiful. And here's the kicker to that. Even though I won pageants, I won Miss Homecoming, which was an oxymoron because I was valedictorian and Miss Homecoming. But here's the thing. It still didn't matter. It doesn't matter how many pageants you win. It doesn't matter, how, and I model, so I've always kind of dealt with self-image and how I look and all of that is to me, but the best part about it that I thank God for deliverance from is other people's opinions of that. I model now for me and not to prove anything. I model now because I enjoy doing it. I do modeling, I do acting. I do it because I love it, not to seek approval. There's a big difference. When you see my pictures from my photo shoots, I'm loving life because I love what I do. I've been modeling since I was a child. My dad was a professional photographer from the New York Institute of Photography, among other great things that he did. That was one of them, so I was one of his subjects. So as I got older, I realized that, it doesn't really matter what these other people think about me or whether they think I'm beautiful. When I go to this audition, it really doesn't matter whether they accept me or not. I know that I show up and I shine, and I know that I'm beautiful, and I'm beautiful for me. And you need to be beautiful for yourself. There's this wonderful song, I'm going to post it out in the feeds. It's by, I think it's Call Book. I forgot her name, but she's really, the song is called Try. And it's really beautiful.
I love that song.
Kobe Calbut.
It's Colby Calais.
Calais, there we go. And that is why I have other people here with me to help me out. That's why this is a talk show, because I'm not just talking to myself and to you guys. So thank you, Leah. But yes, I love that song, and the reason why is because I can identify with that. Because it's not about who loves you. Really, you're going to attract the love that you give yourself. So the more you love yourself, the more you value yourself, the more you value your time, the more you're going to attract the people, the places, the things in your life. I'm just a living witness to that. I mean, even this webcast, I'm attracting the success because of the more that I love myself and the more I value my dreams. And I had packed them up in a box, and I was like, I don't even know when I'll get to do these things. And I don't think like that anymore. I'm in a now place. Each now moment brings another wonderful now moment, which brings another awesome now moment. And I'm so passionate about it. That's why I had to ignite my life. Literally, I had to ignite my life. And I've had to reignite my life several times, even to be here with you And I'm still doing it actively. It is a lifestyle. The Ignite Your Life movement is not just a catchphrase. It's not just a hashtag. That Ignite is all caps, inspiring growth now with intensity and transparent energy. It is a lifestyle. It literally is, because there are times, moments when life happens and you have to love yourself enough to just push through anyway. Keep loving anyway. I don't care if, I do care if your heart has been broken. But then I don't, because I know that if you continue to love yourself, you're going to receive the love that you deserve. Because God closes doors for a reason. And you got to understand that it's all part of the process. You trust Him with your life and just know that the right one will come. And I know there are some of you who have even never been married at all and you want to be married. Please still take your time. I don't care how old you are. I'm divorced, and but I still have hope. I still believe. And I think that the key thing is to always believe. When you stop believing, that's when you're no longer operating in a place of love. You're operating in a place of fear, because there's either fear or love. They can't occupy the same space. That's love right. Casts out fear, you see. So if you continue to what I call hashtag live love daily, and apply it everywhere in your life, that's how love became my superpower, literally. That's how I showed up here, because I love myself enough to live the life of my dreams. No matter what, against all odds, where there's a will, there really is a way. It can happen, and it can happen for you too. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to try to put my glasses back on. What I want to do is play a song for you guys, and this will be interesting because this has never been done before on here. But hopefully
another Toy Parker first. Woo-hoo!
I know, I'm just racking up, and people are on Facebook watching the broadcast. It's just so cool.
Well,
I always love to do. I know. I love to do revolutionary things. I love to be innovative, and let's see. Here we go. YouTube. Opening it up. And I'm going to try to find that song.
Toy, if it's on
you can see it on the.
Toy, if it's on YouTube, beware of the licensing. Beware of the licensing.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That is copyrighted material, my love.
Oh no! I'm not going to play her song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually have rights to a song that our VIP Platinum sponsor. But see, this is the beauty of teamwork, because you hear, ladies and gentlemen, how she had my back. She was like, Toy, I want to make sure you've got the licensing. See, that's why it's important to have the right people in your circle. It's important to have the right people in your circle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play a song, and then when we come back, we'll close out the show, the official show, and we'll go to the after party, which is going to be awesome. So hold on. Let me see here. There we go. Add videos. Oh, this is awesome. Here we go. I'm going to play one quick commercial, and then we'll go to his song.
I'm looking forward to it. You've talked about this, but I haven't heard it yet.
I know. This is amazing.
All right. So, Toy, while we're waiting, we don't want to have dead airspace. Why don't you give people a little hint about some of the episodes that are coming up in the next couple months? Okay. I can see you, sweetheart, but I can't hear you.
If you could ask the people to go in the feeds to give their favorite points, that would be awesome. And I will be right back in just a moment.
Okay.
For the after party, because it's 9 o'clock now, so it's the after party.
Ain't no party like a Toy Parker party.
Toy Parker party, don't stop. Woo! Oh my goodness, this is awesome. And we are live for those who are just joining us around the world. We have our friends in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you all are in totally different time zones. Thank you so much. I have friends in Canada who are watching. Thank you so much. And in Great Britain, thank you so, so much. I appreciate you all. I'm ready, almost ready to bring you on, my line sister, Donyelle. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. We'll be bringing her on in just a little bit. What was your, Mia, I'm going to put you on, what was your number one takeaway from Darlene?
My number one takeaway from Darlene just really emphasized and reiterated something that I already believe, that your words have power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sticks and stones and that kind of thing, it's not true. Words really can hurt, and no words hurt you more than the words that you say about and to yourself. So I love Darlene. I love her Get Divine Power. She is a strong, beautiful, smart, amazing woman, and I am so glad that she was able to be here for your debut broadcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what we're going to do, we're going to, let's see, put myself up here. So, hi there. Hello, hello. We are wrapping up the end. We're going to do a true transition from one side to the other. We have officially ended the show. It lasted from 8 to 9. And now is the after party. And yes, I put my little sassy hands up. After party. Woo. So this is the most relaxed you'll probably ever see me, because most people know I'm so dainty and I'm so prim and proper and I'm
They
so...
obviously don't know you.
Yeah, they know. But in the midst of all that fun, you know, that professional air, that, you know, that's just who I am. Forgot my earrings. How about that? But I still look good though. I still rocked it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Now, I don't leave the room, let alone the house, without lipstick and earrings.
That's all I need. But yeah, so I love to have fun, and I love to be relaxed, and in the midst of all of my business savvy, I really do love it when I can just laugh with friends. So this is our friends and family segment, where it's the after party. If you're in your jeans, stay in your jeans. If you want to just, I can't see you anyway, so if you want to go get something, come on back, join us, you're good. This is still rolling, we're still live. I'm going to bring on the beautiful Donyelle. There you are, woohoo! Hey, sis!
Why don't you tell us who Donyelle is, because I haven't met her yet.
Oh, I'm going to let her, actually, I'm going to let her tell about herself, and here's why: because no one can tell anyone about anyone better than the person themselves. And she is my beautiful friend and my beautiful soror, but she is becoming a fashion icon in the industry, and I am just so excited to have her with us to talk fashion. Woo! Tell everybody about you and your wonderful business.
I love it. Shorter, and mere image consulting firm, making sure that the beautiful are absolutely gorgeous. We take the stress out of getting dressed and just make sure that everyone is always equipped and prepared to put their best to accomplish any of their personal or professional goals, because we do know image now plays a huge part in where we go into this world. So that's what I'm here for. It's just to make sure that everyone has like a great polished professional image, to make sure that it can help them in achieving any goal that they set forward for themselves.
Awesome, awesome. I love it, I love it. And this is our What to Wear segment, and I cannot wait. I was kind of curious because it's so cold outside, and, you know, people are all bundled up because, you know, it's really cold. That song, Baby, It's Cold Outside. Yeah, so I'm just
whistling as we speak.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
tell us some of the best advice that you have in terms of outerwear. What are some hot trends? Yeah.
Okay,
What are some
so
hot trends that?
I'm excited. Toy asked me to talk a little bit about some styles, outerwear. So what I did was, I know that fashion is visual, so I could look at you all, or you all can look at me this whole time, and we talk about the fashion. But I'm more about showing it. So if you give me 2 seconds, help us visually go over a little presentation here.
I love it.
There we go.
Woo!
There we go.
Nice.
I love it.
Cool.
That's why I have
Cool,
her.
cool, cool. So it's my responsibility to make sure that no matter what season it is, that you feel great in how you look. So we're going to talk about outerwear for men and women. I've had a couple this year. I've had a few men, or I should say in 2014, I had a few men come to me and say, hey, Donyelle, I feel good in my suits. I've created a brand new look for myself in my suits, but now it's starting to get cold outside, and I want to feel underneath my coat looks just as good from the outside, because I do say this one thing: clothing talks before you do. So, or I should say, what people visually see of you speaks of you before you even open your mouth. So we're going to start with the men tonight. Men, you're going first.
Ooh.
This man right here, does anyone know who he is? I wish I could chat with you and interact, but I'm going to keep it simple tonight. Does anyone know who this guy is right now?
No, but I want to.
This man is... There's a new show on Stars. I don't know if you all know that throughout the globe, but there's a new show on Stars called Power. And one of the main characters in this show, his name is James St. Patrick.
Ooh,
And he... Yeah. So the show is, the show is called Power. So he's one of the main characters, and he unfortunately lives this double life. He's this big time, drug pusher out of New York City that's trying to transition into a life outside of the drug industry and into owning several clubs throughout New York City. But the one thing I love about this show and this character is, no matter where he goes, he steps in a room and he commands your respect and your attention. And this picture that I found online is perfect, because it really shows how the clothing, how they say the clothing kind of makes the man. So I wanted to talk about this option of a top coat. What James St. Patrick has on, it really complements his entire suiting wardrobe. So, men, tonight we're going to talk about wear for outerwear, length top coat. I absolutely love it. I think it is a great option for you to wear, whether you're in a suit or even in a casual look. It really pulls your whole look together. This 3/4 length coat comes in a few different fabrications. You can look for it in a wool or a wool blend, or a cashmere blend. I love that these coats, this traditional male option of the 3/4 length top coat, comes in what you see on the left hand side, the 3-button notch collar coat. You can't see from the front, but in the back there's a slit that goes up the back of the coat that allows for unconstricted movement, getting out of the car, out of the cab. You have these various options, movement. You're able to have movement in your coat, and you can complete this look with a great pair of leather gloves and an awesome colored scarf. Because you're going with more of a neutral base of a coat, you can add a pop of color in your accessories. And yes, men, you have accessories. They're known as scarves or gloves or belts or lapel pins. Those are all considered accessories. So you can add a little pop of color in your scarf here, and then you are out the door looking amazing. On your right-hand side, we have an option of a two-button suit. Two-button top coat. I really love the two-button top coat. It's very slimming. It keeps a very sleek look. I love the detailing that there's an additional pocket right up around the heart area, so you can slip, you know, some things in there if you wanted to just spice up your look. A nice pocket square if you wanted to go in your coat. I just think that this is a great option. This is another way that you can be you can complete your look with this great scarf that's here and a nice newsboy hat. So just depending upon what your personal style is, that's what you'll utilize to complete the look here. One thing you want to think about when you do get a three-quarter length coat is having a tailored look. You really want to make sure what makes this look work is that it is tailored. It does offer structure, and it makes sure that, again, you're presenting your best self to the public, because sometimes what happens is when our clothes do not fit us properly, it gives the viewer a very different perception of you, that you may be sloppy, that you may not be accountable, and that they might not be able to entrust projects to you. It's very interesting to see that the perception that clothing gives for you. All right, next, so on to the creative male. If we have some creative viewers out there excited about experimenting with patterns, with some more visually active or busy looks, this is an awesome alternative for you. I love this three-quarter length top coat, the one to the left here. It's colored, and there's a pattern to it as well. It's a nice tweed coat and more of a green or a chartreuse color there. I love the fact that it is double-breasted, so it gives you definitely a more heftier look, and you can go ahead and keep it, since the coat speaks so much when you'll walk into a room. You could go ahead and keep the look simple by just adding a pair of maybe brown or chocolate leather gloves.
Nice.
Now, next is this option is a little bit different than the three-quarter length coat. It is what we'll call a full-length coat, so it'll come below your knees, gentlemen. And again, this one, I love the fact that the creative aspect is that it does come below on the knees, and then we're still dealing with that double-breasted, so the buttons that are double right next to each other. So I love this coat.
Like that coat that I was just going to say, it looks like the coat that Benedict Cumberbatch wears on the BBC Sherlock show.
Oh, yes.
Yes, definitely kind of like that detective feel that, you know, I love this coat. I do not see a lot of people wearing it here in the States, but definitely overseas, in the European region, I do see this coat more. So it's exciting. Now, for those that are a little bit more creative or a little bit more daring, I completed this look with a fur hat. Kind of funky. I absolutely love it, though. So you can choose to do a more creative, a more outspoken hat with this look. And then I completed and paired it off with a great pair of suede gloves.
I love it.
So that's a little bit about you know, the outerwear for men this season. Like I said, when to wear this coat. You can wear this coat with a suit. You can wear it with trousers and a shirt or sweater. And you can even wear it with some jeans, a t-shirt, and a layered sweater. It really does. It is a versatile option in any male's wardrobe. Where can you get this coat? You can buy this coat in department stores, via online retailers. One of the online retailers that I absolutely adore is ASOS. So that's ASOS.com. And for here, if you're in the States, places like Burlington Coat Factory are great options for you to locate a three-quarter length top coat. Now, ladies, it's your turn. You are up next. If you're anything like me, I hated wintertime as a child. My mother's main goal for a coat was to keep me warm while I was out at the bus stop. So I would literally be standing out at the bus stop. I hated the coat that I was in. I could not wait to get indoors or wait to get inside. Rip the coat off and just let my normal natural look speak for me. So because of what your outerwear looks like. This character here, her name is Jessica Pearson. I don't know if you all watch a TV show called Suits.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I don't miss it. I don't miss it.
Honey.
And they just they had their new season debut on the 28th. So I absolutely love the television show Suits. I watch it mainly for the fashion, to see what those powerhouse folks are wearing when they step into a boardroom. I want to see how they're commanding the attention and what their clothing speaks for them. And Jessica has been one of the characters on TV that I love to follow because she's so sophisticated. She's creative in her garment choices, but it still speaks like for a woman of power and control and respect. So I chose to highlight Jessica today because she's wearing an amazing outerwear garment, but still speaks, when you see her, of a woman with power. And this is how you should feel, ladies. There should be no way that you should step out of your house and not feel good just because of the coat that you have on. So my suggestion tonight for a great outerwear alternative would be, drum roll please, a full it would be, I absolutely adore full-length coats. Full-length coats, again, you can still choose a fabrication such as a wool or a cashmere blend, but one of the main features or benefits that I love of a full-length coat is what it does visually to the eye. It lengthens the body because it's covering the entire body here, and it is a very slimming. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'm not able to get into the gym as readily as I would like because of my schedule. So I try to visually trick people into thinking that I'm working out in clothing that I wear and how I wear it. So I full-length coat when it comes to winter months because it slims my eye, or slims the eye. It slims me in the eye of anyone who sees me. So we have a few options here for you ladies tonight. Here's a full-length black belted coat here on the right-hand side. This one, if you notice, it buttons all the way up to the top, so not leaving any air open to the wind to get to possibly infect you with a cold. I decided to complete this look for scarf for those that are a bit more creative or want to really put forth a very elegant but strong look. This fur scarf is a great option. And then a pair of quilted leather gloves. Again, just going for that real elegant, very strong look, and then a great laptop bag because I know you ladies are, pounding the pavements, taking over the world, and you either have the iPad with you or the laptop with you while you're doing it. The next look to the right-hand side is actually a gray coat by a company named Reese. And I absolutely love this coat.
That is gorgeous.
Right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I would buy that now.
I'm gonna you can find it. You may be able to find it online. This is actually my coat that I purchased from this company. This is what I'm wearing today, right now. Is this gray notched collar, full-length belted coat. I love the fact that it's belted because it then gives me shape in my waist. So I want to be able to give the appearance that I got a nice little tight waist, that I'm snatched, what they say. So I love the belted option here, just like on the black coat. What you don't see is that there is a slit in the back of this coat, again, allowing for movement to be able to easily get in and out of the car. There's only about 4 buttons on this coat, and so when you walk, the front of it does open up a little bit. But it's still absolutely fabulous. When you walk into a room, this is one of the things that the people are going to notice first about you. It's this amazing, amazing, amazing coat.
I love that.
Another benefit. I love this coat, and with this look, the coat is a neutral color, which I do suggest people get. If you're really going to invest in a coat, I would say try to invest in a neutral color coat, and because you can always accessorize and change the look of the coat by your accessories. So with this look, I completed it with an amazing printed scarf. For those that want to brighten up the doldrums of winter season sometimes, add a pop of color with this great printed scarf, and then a colored pair of leather gloves. Again, it's still very sophisticated, and then now you can grab your handbag and go off to the next meeting or a dinner date with your beloved.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So the next look here is for if we have any viewers that love to be a little bit more dramatic when they step out the door, or a more creative look, still going with the silhouette of a full coat, or full will have the option of a swing coat, meaning there's movement in the bottom of that coat there. So, you know, when you turn around, it feels like you're swinging a drape of fabric or a train in a sense. So this is another great option. I love the silhouette here. It is a A-line silhouette. Most of the swing coats are very A-line, fitted in the front or top, and then flares at the waist. This is good because for anyone that, I'm a little bit curvaceous. You can't see it in my picture right now because I'm not standing, but I have some curves. So sometimes straight coats will not go and work for my hip area. So this is great for people that want a little bit more room in their hip area. It's still very slimming because it is belted, and it gives that fit and flare silhouette. So it gives a nice fitted torso, and then the fabric nicely flows over your more curvy parts. And
nice.
the picture, I love the fact that the color is bright. It's a very bright and bold color. You're going to be seen coming from across the room with this coat on, and I think it's great. Again, if your personality warrants, you know, being able to carry this look, that's great. Try color. I actually had a designer friend of mine make a yellow coat for me, and there's patchwork. We did a color block coat, and he did leather patchwork on it. So I have a little bit more of a creative personal style, so to a room, it's all eyes on me, but I'm okay with that. I can take even the criticism if folks are just like, what did you do? But it's just my personality, and it's how God made me, so I'm expressing it to the fullest. Now to the right here, there's a little bit more drama in the coats here, but again, the same concept, the swing coat, a belted, and then now you're just completing the look. I love what they do here. They used a very dramatic scarf to really complete this look out. So I love it. I definitely love it. Very classy. When can you wear this coat? Some are saying, when can I wear my full length coat? You can wear your full length coat with your corporate attire, your suiting, any of your suiting. An evening gown is perfect. I don't know about you. I've always gotten frustrated when I've worn my knee length coats and I had a dress on, or a knee length, or excuse me, a floor length gown, and my coat only came to my knees. And it just visually looked weird and awkward to me because there was still fabric coming down past, you know, where my coat ended. Right. So this is a great option for you to wear for an evening gown look, and even a casual look. Going out with jeans, with pants, this is still a very fresh look. You can put sneakers with this look, and it still comes across as a very elegant woman has just walked into the room.
I love that.
Now, where can you buy these coats? Again, you can find these coats at department stores. I mentioned a couple of brand names earlier. Reese was where that gray coat was found, R-E-I-S-S. You can find them online. Burberry is also a great brand for coat, for outerwear. And again, online retailers such as,
who does that gorgeous dramatic coat? The one with the long not the orange one, but the ones, the triple view of the blue, gray, and camel. That I'd love to know who makes that one.
So here's the thing. You can actually go out on eBay and find this coat. So just type in, exactly. And so you can go in and just type in full-length swing coat, S-W-I-N-G, and this coat will pop up. And there are wholesale manufacturers out there that will be, you'll find the coat right on eBay, and you can work with them on what the cost for it, or if you're gonna, you know, wait on an auction or do a buy it now.
Nice. Thank you.
That is beautiful.
I spend a lot of time shopping for my clients, so I don't get a chance to shop for myself a lot. So I end up shopping for myself about 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning online. So I search for a ton of stuff online.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so these were the looks that we came up with for outerwear. I mean, I no longer bear the cold unfashionably. I now bear the cold fashionably. And I had a couple of questions, so no need to, we won't necessarily stay on this slide here. But what I do want to do is say, hey, connect with me. Did you love the information that we presented here today? If you did, let me know. If you have questions, connect with me on social media. I'm on Twitter, as you all can see, and there's my handle. I'm also on Instagram. I'm in a very visual business, so I'm on Instagram. Let's connect on Instagram. I always share a ton of pictures, wardrobe ideas on Instagram. And I also have a YouTube channel called Something to Wear. And on this YouTube channel, I give videos of different ensembles, fashion tips, spring, fashion. I go through fashion trends. I answer questions that people may have posed to me throughout the year. We just uploaded a new set of videos, and it's for Valentine's Day. Do you have something to wear for Valentine's Day? If you don't, make sure you tune in. Head over to our YouTube channel, tune in, and see what we've come up for men and women.
Nice.
I love it. Thank you so much, Donyelle.
Thank you very much, Donyelle.
I love it. What was your favorite, Mia?
My pleasure.
I have to say,
thanks so much for having me tonight.
Oh, you're most welcome.
I have to say, Donyelle, also, you have a great personality. It really comes across on, that you love what you do. So I really appreciated the fact that I got to meet you tonight. I have to say, I really like. Toy just asked me what my favorite was, but honest to God, I am having trouble separating James St. Patrick from that coat, because I love the coat, but I love the man in the coat.
Yes.
And
Omari Hardwick is his real name.
Oh, what's his real name?
His real name is Omari Hardwick.
Oh, okay. I will go look him up. But one thing I wanted to kind of touch back on was when you were describing the show and the fact that he's some kind of drug kingpin. The clothes do make the man, because I would have said Wall Street, I would have said lawyer, I never would have said criminal.
Exactly. And I think that that's why they dressed him like that, because his counterpart in his kingpin business didn't know that he was a thug. That was probably his work. And it's interesting to see the dynamic. So I definitely encourage you guys to catch the show. I think their season 1 is probably on demand, and I think they'll be starting season 2 in a couple months.
Cool. And then to finish off my answer to you, Toy, for the women, I'm going to be on eBay looking for that full-length swing coat, trust and believe. But I have to say, going back to the absolutely stunningly gorgeous and phenomenal Gina Torres, that is probably, and I'm not a fashion person, I'm not going to lie. I am one of those people, I don't follow fashion, I don't follow trends, although after meeting Donyelle I might start. I kind of know what I like. I know what looks good on me. I tend to go for the classics, tailored, elegant, timeless. But one of the things that I found is, God, the women on that show, Suits, there is not a single, I've never seen an ugly outfit on that show. I have never seen a dress on that show that I wouldn't snatch off her body and take home with me.
I love it. I agree wholeheartedly. And the one thing, that's the fashion. I'm with you, Donyelle. The fashion is really what actually attracted me to that show. When I saw her go into that boardroom, I mean, she just commands respect with her presence. I mean, and that just, I love that. And what I'd love for us to do later on, let me know if you want to, but I think that it would be really great if we could do a comparison of fashion with the lady from Suits and Olivia Pope, and see which one wins, and take some different looks and just really have some fun with it. I think that would be pretty cool. What do you think?
I'm in. Whichever episode that is, I want to be here.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I already have a favorite, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, don't tell yet. We're not going to tell our favorites just yet. We're going to hold those. We're going to hold those. And Mia, you've got to come back on so that you can have that conversation with us. You're an official Donyelle. Mia is our honorary after party person, so she's going to be with us every after party. Woo!
Not only that, I'm going to go create a Pinterest board, Olivia versus Jessica.
Ooh, that's another good one. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have had an absolute wonderful time. I've even given my ugly duckling to a swan story, which I actually hope that helps someone. Because understand that it doesn't matter what the rest of the world thinks of you. What really matters is what you think about yourself and how you see yourself. And as a matter of fact, speaking of family and friends, this little young lady has been trying to get my attention, and I want to show the world my little niece. Her name is Maya. Now she wants to be camera shy, but I don't want to catch right now. See, this is live, and this is why this is family, friends time, and this is the after party, because anything goes in the after party. My niece just asked me if I wanted to catch some ball. What time is it? Oh, 9:30 at night. But anyway, it has been so much fun. Donyelle, thank you so much for joining us. Mia, thank you so much for being here with me.
My pleasure, sweetheart. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Donyelle, before we go, what was one, out of all of us, what were some of your favorite points from myself, from you or Donyelle, of course, from Mia, and then, just any favorites.
Or Darlene.
Tonight. Or Darlene. Thank you.
So from Mia's segment, I thoroughly enjoyed, she made a comment that depression really creeps in when there's a lack of hope. And that was so powerful, because when you feel like the situation you're in is permanent and you there's no hope of getting out of it, then you do look at starting to make permanent decisions to very temporary situations. Mm-hmm. And I love that she encouraged everyone to just remain hopeful and watch the isolation. Get yourself around folks that love you. Come out of the house, come out of the closet, and wrap yourselves around love that's out there, so that they can speak life back into your, back into you. And then that segues into Darlene's section. I love how she said that your words have life. I've actually been studying this. It's called, reading a book by Dr. Bill Winston called The Law of Confession. Yes, and it tells us how words.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what's the title again?
It's called The Law of Confession.
Yes.
And how we are created in God's image and His likeness. And when He created the world, He spoke the world into being. Nothing happened until He spoke it. And that's what Dr. Bill Winston was talking about in his book. You need to begin to speak and say what you want to happen. You begin to, put your faith behind that, and then start watching the universe, watching the creative nature of the atmosphere begin to pull and bring those things to you. So I absolutely, it was so on point and on time for me to hear Darlene's message after reading the book Law of Confession. It was just confirmation that that's right, keep speaking it. And so what she says in the morning or during the day, it was so ironic, because I say the same things. I'm like, God, I thank you for the contracts that are coming my way today.
Yes.
Thank you for the connection you're bringing. I think, behind the scenes. So yeah, this was just an amazing show. And Toy, I'm so glad that you stepped out of the boat, that you're walking on waters. That's one of the songs. My morning quiet time song was Oceans by Hillsong.
I love that song.
Yeah, I love it. And that's what made me think of your segment today when you talked about just launching out. Let's ignite. Let's get started. Let's just start taking the steps. Like they say, God responds to movement. And we start putting our faith plus actions together, and then we're going to start seeing some things happen. But we first got to get out the boat. We got to walk on water, and then let God do the rest. So this was just a powerful segment for me. I'm so glad that you allowed me on. You've deposited great seeds of wisdom into me, and I'm just looking forward to their thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I always say that at the end of the radio shows, and now I'm saying at the end of the television broadcast, time flies when you're having fun.
That is true.
Go out there, Be blazing amazing. Don't just be amazing. Everybody says amazing, amazing, amazing. I say be hashtag blazing amazing, because that's over and beyond above anything you could ever ask or think, which is actually scriptural if you look it up. So thank you so much for joining me tonight and my wonderful guests here on the Ignite Your Life with Toy Parker Network. And guess what? We'll send out some links and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Good night. God bless.
Good night.